from Wisconsin, and I'm trying to see if this is going to work. Okay, I think I got it going. Different day than I normally am on. I'm normally on Wednesday nights and at 7 o'clock. And I will be on Wednesday night this week. Oops, sorry, this week too. But I decided that I think I need to go ahead and do a scrapbook page too. So I'm doing a scrapbook layout. And then Wednesday will be card night. So I might, if anybody wants to see my scrapbook pages, I think I'm going to do it every other Sunday, if that works and if people are interested. I was a scrapper before I was a stamper. And I think I told this story before. I'm sorry, I thought I heard my dog. When my youngest son was a year and a half, I went to a place in Antioch, Illinois called Hannah's. It's still there, it's just in a different store. And they had scrapbooking nights on Friday nights. And I sat down by myself and started scrapbooking and sat at a table with nobody that I didn't know anybody, and decided that I was going to start scrapbooking. And those friends at that table are still my friends. And even though we don't scrapbook monthly like we used to when the kids were small, we still get together at least once or twice a year, and we see each other online a lot too. So it's pretty cool. We, let's see, my youngest is 25, so for like 23 years, a little over 23 years, we've been friends. And it was all because we sat down and started scrapping. So I thought that was pretty cool. You see my clean dishes that I did not put away. Okay, so tonight we're going to scrapbook a two-page layout, 8x8 layout though, not a big 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12. I kind of like doing this because then we could fit it in a frame. I think I put the frame away, and then change out the frame whenever you want to change out the pictures that you put in the scrapbook and the scrapbook page, and then you put it in the scrapbook page in an album. You can do that with the 12 by 12. It's just quicker and easier to do 8 by 8. But if there's interest, I can definitely do 12 by 12 too. Hold on one second. I hear my dog doing something. I just gotta check. Okay, sorry. She was just getting comfy, making a little nest on the couch. So I'm gonna go ahead and point you down. Again, I'm Two Long Dogs and a Stamper. You can see me on YouTube and Facebook under those same things, same name, Two Long Dogs and a Stamper. I'd love if you can subscribe. What is it? Subscribe, like, share, and I don't know the other thing that you do on Facebook, but all those things that you can do on Facebook so to get my name out there. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So you can also see my site on Stampin' Up! At Georgine Darbo, that's stampinup.net. And you can also, what else? You can reach me either on Facebook Messenger under Two Long Dogs and a Stamper, or you can email me at georgies2longdogs@gmail.com. So that's all my info. But let me go ahead and point you down and twirl you around and all that good stuff, so you can see everything the correct way. So close your eyes if you get dizzy or weirded out by seeing being twirled around and all that. So we'll see you soon. Here we go. Oops. Oh, I did it again. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Bring you down. I think I'm gonna have to twirl you around. Oh, hold on, guys. I'm gonna put my hand over. Sorry, this is not the most organized way here. Should have done this before, but I didn't. Now I gotta twirl you so you don't see my stomach. Sorry. Okay. I think now we're good. No. No. Sorry. Gotta twirl you back. One of these days I'm gonna get this down and I'll know exactly how to do this, but there, is that better? So, is that better? Let's see. Nobody's out there to tell me yet, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and start doing it. So this is the pages that I did. These pages are done using Gallery Blooms and Beautiful Motifs. It's a suite. And I also use the right words as part of the words on this. I did a card class a couple weeks ago. I'll show you my cards really quick. Let me put this to the, and I thought I couldn't stop using it. I think it's such a pretty sweet. But these are the cards I made. I still have classes for this, so if you're interested, please let me know. There we go. That's the card sets. This one is just an open and close. Same thing. I only have one fun fold, and it's a very simple fun fold. And it's this one. So that was the card class I did a couple weeks ago using the same stamp set. And then I also made, I thought these were fun, little post-it note. I did that one using that stamp set. And that one. Yeah, so I've been using this a lot, and the next class I do for Wednesday, I'll show it to you when we're all done. I used this with it also, but I also used another stamp set to go with it. So this is a suite. I can show you a catalog. The catalog, sorry, I should have had this out. This is a suite. It was the very first suite I purchased from this catalog, because I just love it. Grab my glasses. I need my glasses or I can't see anything. Okay, let's see. It's this one. It's called Beautiful Gallery. It's item number 165217. A lot of the colors are Peach Pie, Mossy Meadow, Lost Lagoon, Secret Sea, which is a new in color, Crumb Cake, and Basic Beige. So I love all the colors. And in the suite, you get 2 stamp sets, 2 dies, an embossing folder, some bling, and beautiful paper. I showed the paper when I did the stamps, when I did the card class. But it's really pretty, and we're going to be using that same paper and many of the dies and stamps in the embossing folder and the bling. Okay, and it does come with ribbon too, and I, for some ungodly reason, cannot find the ribbon. I put it somewhere because I used a lot of it, and I even got a new one, and I can't find it, so I am replacing with a ribbon that is ancient and old, but I'm going to just use it, and I'll find it when I can. If anyone would like to purchase this scrapbook kit. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I did a lot of the cutting and things first so that you didn't have to sit through it because it's a lot, but I did want to show you a trick that I do. So this is 8x8, and I always mat, as you can see, double mat my page. I just think it makes it look so much more elegant, and even if it's a cutesy page, it's still, I just like the way it looks. So I'm going to put these to the side for now. And we used, this is the new in color Secret Sea, and then Calypso Curl. But okay, so Calypso Curl goes on the Secret Sea, but what I'm going to do is save the inside of this paper, and I'm going to show you what I do to do this. I've been doing this forever when I scrapbook, just because why waste it if we don't have to? Okay, I have 2 pieces because this can cut through 2 pieces, and what I do is I'm going to cut out the center. So I line this up at like a 1/2 inch, and then a 1/2 inch here. Oop, I can't see it. 1/2 inch here. Can you see it now? Yeah, right there. And then on the cutting blade and the score, there is a line on the side right here, and on here, here and here on all four sides. So I'm just gonna line this with the 1/2 inch and go all the way to the 7.5 over here. And then I'm gonna turn it and do the same thing. I'm gonna do this on all four sides so that I can take that center out and use it for something else. Like I would use it for matting the pictures on these 2 scrapbook pages. Might not be enough for all of them, but it would be enough for some of them, right? So I thought, well, instead of wasting that center, we might as well use it, right? So I'll show you, poke it out. Sometimes you don't get it exact, but you just give it a little poke. So this you can use for whatever you want. I already cut all the mats out and everything, so I'm not going to use it to cut out the mats, but I did use it to cut out the mats previously on the other one. And then you have the outside. And all you do, let me put that over here, is now put the glue. I was using it earlier. There we go. Put the glue around the edge, making sure that you don't put it so that the mat or the center doesn't, if you put it over here, obviously it won't go that far. Okay, and then you line it up and try to get it as even as you can all the way around. Oops, I moved it big time. Nobody looks at the back of it, so why waste that paper, right? There we go. There's one. And 2. Easy peasy. I love scrapbooking. Like I said, that was my first love, and then I started stamping and loved that, and now the 2 collided and we could do it for both. Okay, so here's the 2, and what happens is I pretty much stick with the same layout with these little 8x8s. When you go 12x12, you could do more. I mean, I could change it up, but it's just simple to keep it similar. The frames are, I always have 2, oops, I didn't cut that in yet, hold on. Hold on, I scored it instead of cutting it. So, I have 2 squares that are 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, so it gives that little bit of a mat that goes around it. The 4x4 picture, so you can put a 4x4 picture in here. Hold on, sorry. Fix that. I know there's some people that don't like to do the little pictures and the little layouts, and that's totally fine. I mean, you can always change it up into a 12x12. Also, with the same ideas. There we go. Sorry, that was weird. My cutters, I think I need a new blade again. I've been doing a lot. Okay, so we would have one a 4x4 here, and then I usually do a 4x4 up here. I'm just showing you how the layout that I have. And then one over here. And this is a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. This is a 3x3. This is a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. This is a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. I'm sorry. And then this is, oh, I need another Geez, I thought I was so prepared and I forgot to do that one. This is a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and I just have to cut really quick. Another 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Thought I did that, but I guess I didn't. I only did one. No biggie. This would be quick. 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. All these mats are the new Secret C in color. So this one we are going to use as a focal point, and then this one we'll use as a focal point. And this is one of those too. Goodness, think I'm prepared. Hold on. Not so prepared. There we go. Okay, so that one will go there. So this one will be all pretty and a focal point. This one will be all pretty and a focal point. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, and I did a lot of the embossing and coloring and all that good stuff too, because I don't think you wanted, or not embossing, but the cutting out, the dyeing. But this is I'm gonna scoot these over and I'll show you. I used Calypso Coral to color these, and Mossy Meadow. I think those were the colors I used. And I'm going to go ahead and show you. I just highlighted wherever they kind of highlighted on the stamp, just to give it that little, oops, that was a leaf, but that's okay, to give it a little dimension. You know me, if you've watched me, I love the coloring part. I think this is such a fun part of stamping. And I do a lot of this where you don't have to, but I enjoy it, so I do it. A lot of times you can use these without having the color, but I don't know, oops, that side I gotta get a new Calypso Coral because that side is kind of done. So I do the highlights, and then I go for the lighter color. The highlights are always in the dark. And then I go over them with the lighter and blend them. And when you're blending, you can always go back over with the dark if you seem to be blending it too much, or too much, taking too much away. And these are alcohol based, and that's how we're able to, ooh, this side's drying out too. I've used this quite a bit the last couple of weeks. These are alcohol based, that's why they blend so well. This one's not blending so well because it's dyeing. It's one of my favorite colors lately. So the other markers are not alcohol based, they're water based, so they don't blend. But you can use them on the stamps and stamp with them. You cannot stamp with the Stampin' Blends because they'll just, they dry up too quick onto the stamps, and they'll stain your stamp too. So, ooh, I need a new one. I think I got a new one. I just haven't gotten it out yet. I wanted to use this up as much as I could. Well, my boys and my husband would be going crazy because they hate that sound. Okay, and then I used Mossy Meadow, which is one of my favorite greens. And I just did the same thing wherever I saw that there should be a highlight. I added it. And this side should have been green, and I made it. Okay, now I can do the lighter Mossy Meadow. You just do whatever you think makes it look good. It's all in the eyes of, what is it, the eyes of the beholder. I always do better when I'm not on camera. I feel like I rush when I'm on camera. That's why I do most of it off camera, so that you don't want to sit and watch me color. Okay, then I can go back and a little more dark to highlight the areas that I want highlighted. Give it a little dimension. There we go. Okay, and then I cut it out with the die. I'm going to use a little Post-it tape. Thought this was going to be a bad night because it's Memorial Day weekend and people are out and about doing their thing, but I wanted to get scrapbooking started as a class. Okay, so now I do have everything, I think. See? So pretty. Move these out of the way. I have everything, I think, taken care of. So let's see. I'll bring all the stuff I did before I started this class. Okay, so we'll need this. We'll need this flower that was with this die, and that bloom came from Gallery Blooms. I'm going to put that back since we're done. This is the one with the frame, really cool frame. And then the big guy was also here. Oops, it's stuck to the frame. That's this one. I don't know what I did with the, oh well. Oh, there it is. So we'll put that one back. And then we need 2 of these. And that was cut, the stamp is here, and that was cut out with this. Oh, I need one of these. I have to cut that one out. And then this one I love. This is like one of my favorite flowers. It's just so dainty. And that wasn't in here. It was a die cut from the Beautiful Motifs, which was in that same suite. But that die is this one. I gotta clean that out, but I'll do it later. And then my favorite leaf, or fern, or whatever you want to call it. We needed 2 of those, and that came from here also. So I'll put those back so we don't lose them. And I'm gonna just die cut this. We need this also, which I forgot to dye. So I'll cut that out really quick. I have this piece right here I can use. And I can put it all together. Also need to emboss, and I'll show you the embossing embossing folder that comes with this. It's pretty. It's different. Not something that I probably wouldn't choose, except for it came with this set, so I did choose it. You know, I always like a full set, but it, you know, it's not my usual. But it's pretty with this. So we'll go ahead and emboss those real quick too. And the embossing folder is called the Damask Designs. And it just looks like this. Some of the paper in the DSP that comes with this has the same pattern. And I'm going to emboss this Secret Sea. I've got 2 pieces. I'll do one at a time. Remember, when you emboss, you always put the folder bent in the area, bent inside first, and the open end coming out after, so that you don't break. So you put it in like this. See how this is a folded in? Because if not, you can break the folder. So there's one, and then this one. Always line it up on that line right there, so it's nice and straight. Okay, now we're all set. We'll do one side at a time. We still have some stamping to do on some of the embossing. I mean, some of the mats. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this to the side and take the ones that we need stamping and do some stamping. So it will be, it'll be this square and this rectangle. Okay, so on this square, all I need to do is stamp. I'll show you the stamp here. So this one, I think. Let's see. Nope, that's wrong. It's in this one. It's that same idea as this, but it's a stamp. Got stuck. So it's this one right here. And I used white ink, which is, I think this one. Oh, no, that's my black. Where's my white? Hopefully I can find my white. If not, that's not going to be good. I had my white out, but it's my black. I put black ink on. You can get a white stamp pad and put the memento on it, and I think it's easier to stamp. But hold on, I cannot find my white ink. I just used it. It's probably the same place that my, here it is. I was gonna say same place as that ribbon was, but here's my white ink. Okay, so we're gonna stamp. This is what we're going to do. So we're gonna stamp a few of these at different levels. Okay, so first one we're gonna stamp nice and tall. Oops, on my square. It's gonna get, some of it's gonna get covered up by die cuts and then our sentiment. So there we go. I love this white on the secret C. Then I'll do one about here. And then I'll do one kind of like here in the corner. There we go. Do I have any? No. And let me wash this off. And find it. Well. Hold on, let me get something to wipe this off with. Can't find my chamois. Oh, it's sitting right in front of me. Jeez Louise. There we go. I'll put that back so I don't lose it or put it in the wrong one. I gotta clean that one off because it's not sticking to that anymore. Okay, we'll get that out in a second. Okay, so now I'm gonna close this for now. We'll use it in a second. There's also this piece of DSP, and I used This die, it came from the Texture Notes, the rectangles. It's a set, it's a suite. It has these dies and then all these rectangle die cuts. It's like one of my favorite dies. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it on here. It's okay if it doesn't fit all the way. You just need really one side because this side is gonna be cut off. So I'll show you in a second. Let me just die cut this really quick. It's just a pretty die. They're so simple. And like I said, we don't need that. In fact, we're gonna cut a little bit more off. Let me put this back so I don't lose it. Okay. And we're going to use Memento and, oh no, I'm sorry. We're gonna use Secret C and put a, from the Right Word stamp set. This is item number 165316. It's just got a bunch of nice sentiments, and we're gonna use. I know a good thing when I see it, and I see lots of good things in you. I thought that was such a sweet little verse or saying. So this will use Secret C. And what I did was I did it a little bit more towards the right side of the die, because I'm going to cut some of the other side off, I think. There we go. Hard to remember to put things back so I don't get too messy. You would see this, my desk. You know I'm kind of a messy crafter. Okay. I am going to snip this a little bit. We don't need so much. I'm going to snip off another, like, cut off about another maybe 3/4 of an inch. Okay. So on here, we're going to use this die, and we're going to use one of these dies. And what I did was I glued this die down. Just need a little glue. Put that down. I'm going to need a new glue soon. This one is going to go on here. And then this is going to get popped up. And you really only need pop-ups on some of the flowers. Then we're going to use the linen thread. And then we're going to use this linen thread. This is my favorite stuff. I use it on everything. It's 104,199. So what I did was I do this. I should have done one on before coming on, because I have to tell you, every time I do it here on live, I can never get it to look nice. But I'm going to try really hard. I wrapped it like 4 or 5 times. And then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll do one more. And then I snipped it and then made a bow. So let's put this in here. There's probably an easier way, but this is how I always do it. Okay. And then I just wrapped it a couple times around. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I did it like 4 times because it gives it that look. I'll show you the look. And then I just tied the knot. Wish I had like 5 hands, but I have to just deal with the 2 I have. See, this is where I'm wasting time. There we go. Okay, and then tie it tight in the back. And this would be the front. Oop, sometimes you gotta rearrange. There we go. I'm gonna tie it twice. The knot's not staying. The knot's not staying. Haha. Okay, that was corny. Sorry. There we go. So you get this really, I think I did a lot more than I did the original, but that's okay. I'm gonna take your pick tool and just pull it apart so that there we go. Ta-da! See? And then we're going to take glue dots and add it to the back of it so that we can stick it to those flowers. And I always put a couple on it because this is a pretty good size. I'll use the ones that I stuck to my fingers. There we go. And I stick it around here. Right about there. And then we'll trim these as soon as I get them onto our square. Let me find the square. Here it is. Okay, along with the square, on the square, we did the stamping. We also used, I'm gonna put this one down, we used one of the greeneries. It's gonna go right about there. And we used one of these. And we can just snip it like right here because it goes underneath that little sign with the sentiment. So we're just gonna put that glue all over these leaves. You can use the sheets that turn these things into stickers, but I do have them, but I never use them. I just feel like this is just as easy to do. I don't know. I should probably try them out. This is more time consuming, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like it's very simple though. Okay. So we'll go ahead and place this down. And like I said, it's gonna cover some of the white, and that is okay. And then this goes, and we're gonna do the same thing. Just a little bit of glue. It doesn't take much to keep this down. And usually scrapbook pages are in the scrapbook plastic page protectors, so they're not going to go anywhere. And this I kind of stuck like right about there. But you do what you do you though. If that's not where you want it, that's fine too. And then this is going to go over this, and it's going to go right about there. I'm not going to put this on though until we put it down on the scrapbook page, but I'm going to put that to the side. Okay, one of the other things we need to do is this. We're not stamping on it, but we're going to put this, the linen thread again. And what I did was I took this tear and tape and put it on the back. Put that here. And then, now you can cut it separately or you can wind it around. Cutting it separately might save you a little bit of linen thread, but I have a tendency, I'm just wrapping it. So I did it, I think 3 times. 3 or 4, yep, 3 times. Okay, and then we cut this here. And then put this in the back. Christian Bertram says that's a tear and tape sandwich. Okay. And then what I did was I took this and I did it a couple times like this. And I snipped it and I put it through. Oops, I lost it. There we go. Put it through. Keep on losing that one little string. And I kind of did this fancy. Goodness gracious, see? This always happens on live. My hands don't want to work it. Like this. There we go. And I found the center. And pushed it through. There we go. What is that called? A slip knot, I think? I don't know what that's called, but that's what I did. Tied it tighter. There we go. And then I trimmed it. So I did too much, obviously. And then I took my take your pick tool and frayed the ends. Can you see what I'm doing? It's hard to see. I'll show you as soon as but I'm just taking my take your pick tool and spreading the pieces apart. So it's not one big piece, it's like 4 on each strand. I think you know what I'm talking about. Like I'm fraying it like that. There we go. We'll see if it needs a glue dot. It lays down eventually. It's just being goofy right now. Okay, and you can move it up and down however you want it. Okay, and this goes on this mat. Oh, that was really coming out at the end. So that goes on here. And the reason I do it this way, I don't put anything on so that you can still stick a 3x4 picture and you could put it underneath. Oh, forgot to take off hold on, the tear and tape edges. And this is not going to be in a way. You can put it under and it could still be part of the scrapbook layout, but you don't have to cut your picture smaller than the 3x4. Does that make sense? I'll show you. Fingers don't work. Okay, so So you can pretend this is a picture, you can put it under, well, I can't use that because it's not small enough. Will this work? Nope. Of course, I can't find a piece that's small enough. Like this. You can put the picture under here, and it can still be part of the layout. You don't have to cover it up, if that makes sense. Okay, that one's done. I'm gonna put that one to the side. Then we have this one. And this one is where I'll need a piece of that ribbon, but I don't have that ribbon, so I'm gonna use this ribbon instead. I think it'll still look okay. Not as pretty as that other one. That's like my favorite ribbon. I have to find it. And again, we're going to use the Terran tape. Just you and me, Vicky. I think that's you. And we're gonna put it on the bottom. About an inch, 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. Make sure it's straight. Yep, looks good. We'll go ahead and put this down. Burnish that. There we go. Add a little more glue. Again, the same thing for this. You can add your picture and put it underneath that ribbon. See how you never want to glue it down, so you can't put it underneath. And then we'll just do a fake knot here. This is nice ribbon. I wish it wasn't retired. But that other beige ribbon that I can't find is really nice too. Actually, that's one of my favorite ribbons. I don't know what I did with it. Definitely need to find it. There we go. Sometimes you need to put a glue dot, but you really don't want to, because then you can't put a picture underneath it if you put a glue dot. Snip it. That's another map done. So let me think. I think 1, 2, 3, and the last one. Okay, we can put this one together. So let's put this page together. So this is the embossed 4x4. Need a little bit more glue than normal because of the embossing, all the little grooves, and that goes in the left hand bottom corner. This is how I did it. That doesn't mean that you have to do it this way, but, and just give it itty bitty little mat around it. Okay. And then this one I put up here. Again, you may put it however you like. This is just how I have been putting it. I like to make the 4x4s go with the 4x4s, and then the 3x3s go by the 3 side, go by 3 side. I'll show you what I mean. There we go. Hello to the person that just joined us. I don't know who that is, but glad you're here. Oops, I just wiggled it. See, this is the 4 by 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and this side is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then this one I'm going to line up down here 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and this will be the 3 1/4. That's how I like to do it, but that doesn't mean you have to do it this way. I might do a 12 by 12 layout next time to see if you guys would rather see the 12 by 12 too. It's fun to do the different sizes anyways. And then the last one, this is the 3 by 3 or 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So you could put a 3 by 3 picture in here. Oh, actually this one, no picture. This is the focal point one. There we go. And then remember this we made. So what we're going to do is it's going to be kind of off-centered in going on these, but you won't put any sticky here so that you could put a picture here, and a picture here without. But you will add a dimensional on this side. 2 dimensionals. 1. 2. Take the tops off. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on right about there. So you're still going to be able to put a picture here, a full picture here, a 3 by 4 picture, and you can still put a picture on this one, tuck it under, and on this, tuck it under. So it's a little wibble wobbly, but it doesn't matter. Snip these off. Okay, so that side is done. I'll put that one to the side, and we'll do this one. So I'll take this out. I use that same ribbon. And we're going to use that tear and tape again. I really need to start putting it back. Oh, staying right in front of me. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? But we're going to cover that up. And we're going to do the same thing, about 3/4 to an inch from the bottom. You're going to put the ribbon. And furnish it enough. There we go. Okay. Oops. I'm going to take that, put it about there, all the way around. Oops, that one I did cut a little bit too much. Oh, I could use those for tails or something. There we go. We're going to go ahead and put this on the mat, and I'll show you what I do with that flower that we already colored and cut out with a die. Okay, put it on the secret C. I love this. It looks like a plaster. So pretty. This is the DSP from that suite. Okay. It's a little ragged. I have to put a new blade in there. Okay. And then what I did was took the flowers and put it right here in the corner. Now you don't want to glue it all the way down, because then when you try to stick your picture in, you know, like if you stick your picture in underneath here, you won't be able to fit it under. You want to be able to fit it so that it's the flowers stay, but you could still fit your picture. So what I did was put a piece of tear and tape, a little piece, on the ribbon. You can use the liquid glue too. I just, on the ribbon, the tear and tape seems to stick really well. So then you don't have to wait for it to dry either. Didn't burnish it enough. There we go. And then you go ahead and position this. So right about there. See, so then it's still up above and you can still put the picture in. Like that. Okay, so I'll put that one to the side. We have to do some stamping. Or let's do the simple one first, and then we'll do stamping on the other one. Which, there it is. Is that one? Yeah. I think I cut that wrong. Okay, so let's do the simple one. All I did was put this on the mat. I like to show that, you know, you can make cards with it, but look at, you can also make scrapbook pages with that same set. So if you buy it for one thing, you definitely can do both things. If you like to scrapbook, and if you like to make cards, you can use it for both scrapbooking and cards. And this one, all I did was add this pretty flower, and all I did was put one little dimensional, I think, yep, one little dimensional on that leaf, just to keep it in place. But it wouldn't mess up putting a 3x3 picture on here. Sorry, I just got my head in the way. There we go. See? So you can still put a picture just like that. Actually, I gotta put that a little further down. And like I said, they're in sheet protectors or frames, so it's not gonna mess anything up. See? Okay, that was a simple one. Now we get to stamp this. Except for I'm gonna recut that because that's not exactly right. That's a little shorter. So 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. This one was like an eighth off, I think. Yep. Now it's okay. Definitely need to change my blade. Whenever you get those little fuzzies, that means it needs to be changed. Okay, so we need that same stamp, which I guess I shouldn't have put it away, but better safe than sorry. It's so funny how this simple stamp right here is my favorite stamp out of all the stamps in this. And white. Is this white or was this my black? No, black. I need to mark them. One's white, one's black. And I just went ahead and stamped like on the bottom, not a full one, because we need to put that saying. So just turn it, change it up a little bit here and there. It's going to get covered by the dies, but it adds something to the background, I feel. And then just a little one over here. There. Okay. I'm just going to put that to the side, wash it later. And then we need the saying to someone worth celebrating every single day. That was sweet too, right? Who doesn't want to be celebrated? To someone worth celebrating. Let's see. corner, not all the way up in the corner, but right about there. And the white on the Secret Sea is so pretty. Thanks for coming. Yep, it'll be a replay, definitely. This is the scrapbook page, the 2-page layout. 8x8 layout. I'm on the last little piece. Using that same set, the gallery suite, the beautiful gallery suite. So, okay. So now we need to do some layering. We used this green piece again. And we're gonna lay it down, kind of angle it. And we're gonna use this. And then this. I think I'm gonna pull the green out a little bit. So, oh, you can see it. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's go ahead and glue that down. And dot the glue. Just a little bit. It's a little time consuming, but you don't need a lot, just a few little dabs of glue. Okay, and add it on. I kind of put it on an angle. Like I said, that one big one is going to be covered, but that's okay. There we go. And then this guy is going to go like this. So let's add a little glue there. So do I. This, like, I was so shocked that I do love it. I don't know. It's usually not something, I mean, I love this kind of stuff, but I don't know. I was shocked that I loved it, but I've been playing with it so much. I use this set on next week, Wednesdays. I'll show you the class, my next set, with the birds. And I use the flowers on those too, because I mean, you just can keep making and making with this set. It's definitely a favorite. Okay, oops. The dropsies. Okay, so let's go ahead. And I let it hang over the side a little bit, but we don't want it on the words. There we go. I don't want this glue here either. There we go. Okay, and then we just add this last one, and we make one more of those bows that I kind of flipped up a little bit. Do like that, and then I snipped off the bottoms. So let me go ahead. This I put on dimensionals. We don't have to worry about pictures going on it because this is just a focal point one. Should be good. Goodness, fingers really don't want to work all of a sudden. I have 4 more days of school with the children, and then 4, 5, 6, 2.5 more days after that without children. And then summer, 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 summer. And then we're just going to snip off these. And then we're going to add another one of those bows. So let's get it going here. See if I can do it better than this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Snip. Twist. See. Uh-oh. I thought I was doing so well. Twist. I should never do bows live. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Hopefully. I can also use the tweezers. Those other tweezers, so I can use them to keep it closed. I think I did it. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, not too bad. Let me do another knot. Keep it there. Sorry, you can't see me doing it. Took my hands away. Okay, see, not too bad. Rearrange it a little bit. My dogs are being so good tonight. It's crazy. It is such a pretty night out there. I had to let the horses in tonight, and they were ready to come in, but it's so pretty out there. Okay, and then we're just going to add it down here again. So we need those glue dots again. Put it down here. There we go. We'll see how much we should snip off once we mat it. Okay, so that is ready to put together on our page. So we need this and this. We'll put this up in the right hand corner, the embossed. Again, a little bit more glue on the emboss because it is embossed and all those little crevices and creases. Put it up here in the corner. I don't like the piece isn't very straight. I don't know what I did cutting it. We'll put it this way. Hopefully the other side will be hidden. There we go. And then this one will go up in this corner. This one will go down here in the bottom right. And then this pretty one will go down here. So I'm thinking, like I said, next one I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do a 12 by 12. See what you guys think of a 12 by 12. There we go. Okay. Bling. Almost forgot bling. How can you forget bling? Okay. So, let's see. The only bling I put on this one was one right here. And I put, oh no, I didn't. I put more on there. Look at me. I'll put one here. And one here. And one up here. I've used a lot of these. They came this way. They came all off the card, but they still work. And then this one, what did I do? I just put them up here and let's see. I just put it on this one here and one up here and then one down here. Okay, and it's done. Move some stuff out of the way, all my garbage. So it's this and this. Ta-da! All done. So these were the scrapbook layouts that I did. And then I showed at the beginning, I showed you the cards that we did a couple weeks ago with the same stampin' set. And then I made these little note cards. I mean, you can do so much with this set. And then Wednesday night's class, I'll show you what I have done. I have 3 cards done. I'm going to use it as a new in colors class too. So I'm going to feature all the in colors, the classics, geez, I can't talk. These, the new in colors that we have going on. Cloud Cover, Darling Duckling, Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush, and Timid Tiger. So I'm trying to do 5 cards. So it's going to be a little bit longer class. And I only have 3 done. So this is my first one. This is my second one. Oops. It looks like this. I love this ribbon. It is so awesome. For some ungodly reason, again, I made a mistake. I only got the Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush, and Darling Duckling ribbon. I have to order the Timid Tiger and Cloud Cover for some reason. I don't know why I didn't get that. And then this is the last one that I have figured out. So I need to do at least one more, possibly 2. So this is featuring 2 of the colors, but base of Darling Duckling. And this has got a bunch of the colors, but base of Strawberry Slush. And this has a bunch of the colors, but base Secret Sea. And I also put in some of last year's in colors too. They kind of really go well together, so it's fun to play with them and add them. So this will be Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And like I said, I should have 2 more, so it's going to be kind of a longer class. Lots of coloring again. I can't get away from the coloring. I like the coloring so much. So I think that's all I needed to tell you. The scrapbook class will be 2 weeks from tonight, the next scrapbook class. And I can't look at my calendar because it's on my phone. And of course, my phone is up there. And that scrapbook page is going to be using this stamp set, the Totally Awesome Suite, for maybe I'm thinking either a summer layout, that would be fun, or a birthday layout. I haven't totally decided, but I have to get going on that and make that one too. So let me go ahead and turn you around. Close your eyes. I'm going to turn you around. Spin you first, I think, because if not, I'll be upside down. Turn up. Let's see if that worked. Did that work? Am I correct? Or am I upside down on this? Let's see. I can't tell yet. There we go. I think I'm right. I am. Yay! Yeah, I don't know how I missed out on that ribbon. I missed out on the ribbon, and I missed out on the blends, too, on 2 of the colors. And I don't know how I did that. Like, I was so excited to get all of it, and I didn't do it. So I have to order those, because I use the blends a lot. So I won't be able to use the blends on next week's cards. But I'll be able to use enough of them that you'll be able to see them. So thank you so much for coming and seeing me. I appreciate you coming and watching. Again, I'll be live on Wednesday, this Wednesday at 7 o'clock, and then 2 weeks from tonight, I'll put it out there again. I should have this date, but of course, I'm not prepared. 2 weeks from tonight, I will be live doing another scrapbook page. And I think I'm going to try to do a 12 by 12 just so you guys can see what something like that would look like. Okay, thanks so much. Happy, I don't know if anybody's off, but happy Memorial Day. Tomorrow I'm off, my husband's off, so he's gonna smoke something on the grill and just have like a little picnic. So that's what we're doing tomorrow, and I'm gonna have to work on some things for school for the last week of school. So you guys have a fabulous day. Thank you so much. Lots of smiles and love going your way, okay? Take care. Bye-bye. I'm going to cover you up so you don't see me here. Turning it off.